Hey everybody, welcome Picks and Parlay family. It's me, Detroit Lenny, here with your Picks and Parlay Power Hour. We're going to talk some NFL futures, some season total win totals for the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers. But before we do that, don't forget to check out our sponsors over at BetMGM. Sportsbook, what their promo is right now, they will give you up to $1,000 risk-free bet. Risk-free first bet. All you got to do is sign up with them. Use the promo code morning if you want to download the app, and you can use the promo code morning. Or you can just download, or you can just hit the link in the description of this video, take you right to your state specific rules, instructions, all that good stuff. It's a real easy peasy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our live shows or any of our free pick videos for that matter. So, and we are here, Picks and Parlay Power Hour, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget to check us out. Like I said, ring the bell for notifications. You won't miss anything. So with me today, though, to start off, we're going to start talking here about some New York Giants. I brought in the man, the myth, the legend, the guy I don't get to do enough free pick videos with, and I wish I could. Scott Rickenbaugh, how you doing, sir? How's it going on your end of the world there, and what's happening for you?
Doing great, Lenny, and appreciate being on the show with you. Always great to join you here. So looking forward to this football season. So getting real excited. It's getting close now.
Absolutely. Allie Hag, she kind of hoards all some of you guys. Like, I don't get to do some free pick videos with you. So it's a pleasure for sure. Let's talk about the Giants, shall we? Let's get right into it. I'll give you some time here. The New York Giants, their regular season win total is at 7. It's a solid 7. Some places you could shop your lines, obviously. So maybe you get 7.5, maybe you get 7. But talk to me about this. What do you think about this at 7?
Well, first off, when assigned with this, when I started looking into it deeper, and the thing is that it's a little scary with the Giants if you're a Giants fan, because you have to go back to 2016 for the last time they had a successful season. Of course, Eli Manning was at quarterback. They made the playoffs then. But since then, the last 5 seasons, they're a combined 22-59 and have not won more than 6 games in any of those seasons. So, Giants fans are still hungry for something, and for sure right now. And I do like the new head coach, but the thing is, he was the offensive coordinator at the Bills, had a guy by the name of Josh Kelly at quarterback. And that's quite a big Josh Allen, excuse me. And that's a big difference from the quarterback situation with the Giants right now.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, my questions with I know pain as a Lions fan, so I understand your pain, Giants fans. But I will say this: I just don't understand the health. Like Saquon Barkley, he just seems to have a questionable tag next to him always, and I think. You talk to me about that a little bit. Like, what do you think is going to kind of contribute, I guess, more towards them? Is the coaching staff, like, is he going to be able to stay healthy? Like, what's going on in New York, I guess?
Well, it is a concern because, man, I really liked him and like his running style. He came out of Penn State. I was wishing my Eagles would have got him, but, he ended up with the Giants. And then he was so dominant those first couple of years, but then the injury bug got him. And I don't know. Here's the big issue with him. Even if he comes back healthy, you look at the quarterback situation, and you have Daniel Jones, who admittedly right now he's looking a little bit like he might be a bust. And then they got Tyrod Taylor, who's now with his 5th team in 6 seasons. So he's a journeyman for sure that's been all over the place. And so that's why I say, even though I do like the coaching hire, it's going to take a while for him to kind of develop this Giants team, and especially with the uncertainty at the QB spot. And of course, if you can't establish the passing game, you're going to struggle on the ground game because they're going to focus on stopping Barkley. And their offensive line in my opinion, has some question marks. So could Barkley get hurt again early? It's like you said, it's like, what's going on there that he can't quite get fully healthy?
Like a whole season,
Yes.
And they play in I will say this, a very rival division. Maybe not the top echelon of talent, but I mean, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Giants. I mean, those 3 teams alone. I'm forgetting one, and I can't.
The Commanders, Washington.
Oh, yes, Washington. So that's why people forget them, is because they are bottom of that division a little bit. But But those four teams, they kind of go at it, and always like you could kind of throw records out the window and everything when those teams get together and stuff like that. So, are we concerned with the like? I guess I don't know. I've been doing these season win totals and stuff, and this is probably one of the harder ones for me. I agree with you here on with going towards the under and leaning that way. I don't know what Giants team to expect, I guess is the best way to say it.
Well, and when you look at the division, Washington's actually projected to possibly get to 500 this season. Eagles are projected around 9.5 wins. Cowboys around 10.5. So you have a situation here where the Giants, I mean, they're going to, like you said, those divisional games a lot of times can go either way, but I think they're going to struggle to win. They might win one of them, in my opinion. They could go 1-5 in the division, and then you look at the rest of their schedule. I just don't see them. I actually have them pegged to get to 5 wins. They also lost some guys in their secondary. So defensively, in today's NFL, if you can't stop the pass, you're in trouble. And I think they're a little thin in their secondary now too. So I like, again, I don't mean to keep saying this, but I do like the coaching hire, but I think it's going to take a couple, at least there's going to be a tough rookie year. This is going to be a transition year. He's a first-time head coach.
There's a learning curve.
Yes.
There's a learning curve. The coaching staff's new system, players adapting to it. And, it's not like they've been together for years and they all just kind of know. So there's a learning curve. Transition, exactly. One pickup the Giants made from my Lions was Kenny Galladay, who early in his career, I thought, it was just, they were calling him, baby Calvin Johnson in Detroit and this and that. And, he was great. And then the Giants swooped in on his free agency, and I understood that. And they picked him up, but he is kind of, and I don't know if this is, and I want to word this correctly. I don't know if this is more of a QB issue or just a him issue, but he has not produced since being there. And I don't know if it's like you had mentioned, maybe Daniel Jones, kind of a bust tag, kind of being floated around about him.
Yes.
Or is it just the coaching staff? And now that they've revamped that, is that something that we should look into or look forward to? Maybe, I don't know, with the Giants.
I think we're going to see improvement from them, especially maybe as the season gets on. But I looked at their schedule and coming up with my projected win total. And the problem is they have a chance to win some games early, and I think they'll get a few of those. But then toward the latter part of the season, their schedule actually looks pretty tough to me. And so I see as they get better, the problem is they're going to have some tough matchups to finish the season. And I just don't see them, there'll be some improvement, but it's going to be a tough transition year for the Giants, in my opinion.
I'm looking at their schedule right now, and their bye week is week 9, and then they go. They have Houston and Detroit, which probably, I'm not going to say cakewalks, but not bad. But then they have to go to Dallas, Washington, Philly, to Dallas, home for Washington, home for Philly, to Washington, to Minnesota, home for the Colts, and then back to Philly. That's a tough run.
That's right.
So I agree. That's a tough little get around right there. A lot of divisional games and stuff like that. Last year they finished with 4 wins, 5. I see 5 because they played Detroit. I'll give them 6.
Yes, it's funny you mentioned that, Lenny, because that was kind of my swing game. That's the one that whether they get to 5 or 6 is depending if they beat the Lions. And the thing is, I have them beating Houston, coming off the bye week and beating the Texans the week before, but then they didn't even win back-to-back games last year. So I think your Lions might have a shot there because I see them beating Houston, and then I'm going to challenge them to beat, to win back-to-back games because they just don't do that much. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions do take it to the Giants.
Don't tease me about that. Don't get my hopes up.
Yes.
Scott, I appreciate you. Tell everybody what you got going on over at picksandparlays.net. I know you got a lot of future stuff going on for football season. I mean, I could taste the football season. It's right around the corner. Tell us what you got going on.
Well, the big thing I wanted to mention is that, honesty and integrity is so important in this business. And Picks and Parlays has built a great roster of cappers that all follow that principle. And the thing is about me is I'm coming off a tougher season in 2021, admittedly in the football, but honestly, I've been at this for 2 decades. And from 2012 to 2020, that 9-year combined period. So it's because it's what have you done for me lately?
Absolutely.
You would be hard pressed to find somebody that had as much combined success in NFL and college as I did. And so I'll be back in 2022. I had a huge 2020, huge 2018, actually finished number one those 2 years at Picks and Parlays for overall for the year. And 2019 was one of the top guys. So looking forward to this 2022 football season and getting geared up for it, both college and pro. And it's exciting time to be a part of it all for sure at Picks and Parlays.
I love it. And you're absolutely right when you mention that, just integrity and just transparency. I mean, you can go over to picksandparlays.net. You can see where everybody's at on the leaderboard at any given time on any given sport. So there's no smoke here. You know, I mean, we're very transparent, and I appreciate that. And you know what? You can't crush it out the park every swing. So that's why we play the game. You know, so good on you to admit that and just say, hey, look, it's a bounce back year. So let's get after it. I like it.
Yeah, and all the histories there at Picks and Parlays too. You can go and look at the past years and see how guys have done, and you'll see who the guys are that are consistently there. And again, ride the hot hand too. But yeah, just wanted to mention that because 2018 was great, and then 2019 I stepped back a little bit in football, and people kind of doubted, and then sure enough, 2020 banged it up again with both NFL and college. So yeah, hopefully this year will be another big year for sure. I can feel it. I'm confident coming into this year. So.
I like it. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. And don't forget, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, use the promo code CFL. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. So when you're looking for Scott Rickenball or anybody else, any of our other premium handicappers over there, use that promo code. That'll save you 20%. Scott, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you next time on the Picks and Parlay Power Hour. I'm going to let you go now, and we're going to talk some San Francisco 49ers. Take care, Scott.
Thanks so much, Lenny. Have a good one.
Problem.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All righty. We're going to bring in Chip Chirimbus here to talk some San Francisco 49ers stuff. But before we do, don't forget, I'm your host, Detroit Lenny. How could you forget that? But don't forget to check out BetMGM Sportsbook. Their promo, they'll give you up to $1,000 risk-free on your first bet. All you got to do is sign up with them. You can use the promo code MORNING, download the app, and then just use the promo code MORNING, or click on the link in the description of the video. That'll take you right to your state-specific site. So, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, sign up with BetMGM, and follow us Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern for the Picks and Parlay Power Hour. Now let's get into this. I'm excited to hear what Chip's got to say about this. Chip, my man, how are we doing? You survived the rain in Las Vegas last night?
Yeah, I was hidden under the covers. As a matter of fact, I went under the bed itself because thunder and lightning were severe last night.
Yeah, I danced with my wife in the rain in the street. That's what I did. And then I ran inside and took a shower.
First time you saw it happen in almost a year out here.
It's crazy. And it was a good rain. I mean, it was hard. So let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. You have been tasked with the 49ers, figuring them out in the regular season win total. We have at 9.5 with BetMGM.
Right.
What are you thinking about this? What do you like, don't like, dislike? Where are you going with this?
Well, here's a team that was 10 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl. They had a lead over the Rams in the fourth quarter in the NFC Championship game and just didn't get there. Garoppolo, we know, has been crippled with injuries, and they've moved on for him. Even though he's still on the roster, they're not going to use him. They're looking to jettison him somewhere. So what does that give it? What does that give us? It gives us Trey Lance, who's thrown 71 passes in his rookie year. And, for the most part, he is still a rookie in my mind. And, Lenny, rookie quarterbacks just don't thrive that well overall. I mean, who was it? Aikman was 1-15, and these guys come in, and as good as they are, look what happened to Lawrence at Jacksonville. As good as they are adjusting to the NFL speed and quickness and defenses, and it's a learning experience. I mean, Johnny Unitas got cut by the Steelers, but didn't sign until he was 26 years old. So,
there's totally a learning curve.
Get better. But right now, I don't think Trey Lance is the answer for them. And, they're in a little quandary here. Like, Deebo Samuel hasn't signed, and it's still a little, hem and haw. Who's angry at who before this is over? And when star players come late to training camp and late to starting the season, they really don't fare well. They usually end up injured anyway, but they just don't have those great seasons. And I think this is going to happen to the Niners this year. I think the line at 9.5 is telling you they're going to come down a little bit. They do have the third-ranked defense in the NFL, but Lenny, they lost 2 stalwarts, one on the line, one on the defensive cornerback, and they also lost an all-pro offensive lineman as well. I see it to be a heavy task for the Niners to make this number. You got to play the Rams twice, who they do fess up pretty good against at times, but I just don't see them making it. At first, I thought I was going to play over because everyone's been bad-mouthing the Niners so badly. I'm listening to all this stuff about how they're just, they dropped so much. And I said, yeah, watch out. They're going to come up big. And then I did my own little research on them. And you know what? I have to agree with Lenny. I mean, I'd rather be, the Antichrist here and play against everybody. But I can't. I have to play under in the Niners. I think that 9 is telling. That means you have to go 10-7 to win the overbet. I'm going to play this game. If I was to play this, and I don't play futures, Lenny, for the most part. I really don't, because I don't want money tied up, and I don't want to be, say, an opinion on a game to be determined by the fact that one time in September or July, I gave this team out. And so I'm going to play. I would play this under if I was to play. And it's pretty even odds. I think you lay $1.10. It isn't. There's nothing, extravagant where you have to lay $1.50 or anything like that. So under 9.5 for the Niners, the way I'd go.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think Trey Lance is going to have a little bit of a learning curve, and this you can't over talk or you can't overplay the fact that rookie quarterbacks just historically take a minute. They just take an adjustment period, So I agree with that. I think
he did start 5 games last year, but I mean that's still not big enough a sample. I don't think
it's not enough. It's not enough, and so I think he's going to have some problems there. I think with the Deebo Samuel thing, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, fingers crossed for San Francisco 49ers fans. I don't hope no injuries or anything like that, but that's kind of where it trends. When you hold out training camps, you don't get the reps in, you don't get everything, then you try and hurry up the speed, and then that's how you get hurt. So
I don't know how other people felt, but I thought Deebo Samuel was the best player in football last year. I mean, every time I watched him get the ball, no matter if he was running with it or slot back or receiving it, it didn't matter. I mean, this guy was electric. He was strong. He was powerful. And if they don't have him after the running backs that they've lost to injury the last couple of years, I think they're really going to be hurting there. But, sometimes this is such a long road, and they still got 6 weeks to get there and before the season opens. So, I just can't see the Niners as being all that successful this year. With, like we said, I think the quarterbacks, it starts from the top with the quarterback, and that's where I think they're going to struggle down from there.
And I think that division is tough. I mean, we mentioned this earlier on the earlier segment about the Giants division, but the 49ers division, the AFC West, you throw records out as well. They're always close games with Seattle in there, and the Cardinals and Arizona just gave all that money.
Seattle's the biggest question mark in that division, without a doubt. I mean, Arizona, you could expect to go 1-1 with them, maybe, and that's incredible that the ownership of the Cardinals. I mean, why would you sign a guy? Why would you sign a quarterback if you have to dictate to him that he has to study game film? I'm sorry to get off the track, but that thing bothers me too much. We're still in the AFC West, so we're still on track here. I
agree. I think Arizona is going to have a lot of problems in that division, and I think Seattle is, but I think the 49ers, I think they know what they want to do. I just think they're a couple years away from accomplishing it.
The Niners number 3 on defense, that's going to keep them in a lot of games, particularly when they play some of these weaker teams, and they may be able to eke a lot of these games out. But like I said, tough division. I mean, you got to play Arizona twice, the Rams twice, and Seattle, though this year it looks like they're going to be very inexperienced at quarterback and had a complete changeover. They can come up and bite you because they're well coached. We're aware of that. And,
they were 2-4 in the division last year, and I don't see much difference. Maybe 3-3, maybe, but that defense kept them in a lot of games and won them games to get them to that 10-7 overall record. I don't think that does that this year. I agree with you under 9.5.
And attrition on the offensive line isn't going to help their running game either, which they desperately will need to survive playing defense and a rookie quarterback. Virtually.
Wholeheartedly. Chip, tell us what you got going on over at picksandparlays.net. I know you always got a lot of stuff going on over there, my man.
Well,
you're always on leaderboards.
Well, we're tweaking with a big Canadian football game on Saturday, believe it or not. I mean, football's in our blood right now, and I'm beginning to really warm up to this game. I love watching it, Lenny. I'm telling you, the 3 downs to make a first down speeds up play. There's no messing around. So I'm going to have a play on Saturday on a side in that game for you. It is going to be a premier play for me, one of my A-play megabuck releases. And in Major League Baseball, each and every day, you're guaranteed to get a megabuck play from me. That will be my single strongest play each and every day, Lenny, and possibly a 3-pack triple play of Major League Baseball winners. You know, Lenny, with the lines being what they are, with the differences between the haves and the have-nots, there's so many games we have to eliminate where you have teams that are like 330. Today, the Yankees are 330 with Cole on the mound, for an example. So those games I virtually eliminate because where's the value in calling me or trying to get a game from me when I can give you a 3-1 favorite, or it just doesn't work for me. So a lot of games have been eliminated, and we have, I say, a smaller selection, a smaller, market
pool
to choose from.
Absolutely. And speaking of the CFL, don't forget to use the promo code CFL. Saves you 20% on the entire site when you're looking for Chip Chirimbas or you're looking for any of other premium handicappers. Use that promo code CFL, save you 20% off the entire site. Till then, we appreciate your Chip. He's taking the under 9.5 wins for the San Francisco 49ers for the regular season. Good luck, everybody out there. I'm Detroit Lane with Picks and Parlays. That's Chip Chirimbas. We'll see you on the flip side, everybody. Take care.